Hello, folks. My name is Jen from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom. And today I have a breaking news story. This one comes courtesy of GoldenStateTimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. So the fake news media, it has been doing very, very well. From the time that President Trump announced that he was going to run for office, throughout the 2016 election, during the 4 years of President Trump in the White House, and even into the 2020 election. Business was booming. Traffic to their website was through the roof. Coverage on TV was getting ratings like never, ever before. But now that President Trump left office and now we have Sleepy Joe in, nobody wants to watch him. The White House is having a very hard time getting people engaged and involved and watching his speeches and press conferences. Now these people are failing. Post-Trump, these people are failing. So this comes courtesy of GoldenStateTimes.com. And it says, frustrations mount at the Washington Post as its business struggles. So they are failing. After Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post back in 2013, business was pretty good. But then it boomed during the time that President Trump announced that he was running for office. His announcement brought digital subscriptions to the Washington Post, and the newsroom roughly doubled in size, adding hundreds of more, if you can call them that, quote unquote, journalists. But the Washington Post business has stalled in the past year because nobody wants to listen to Sleepy Joe. Nobody wants to watch him. Nobody wants to listen to him. Nobody cares what he has to say. And that's a problem, but at the same time, it's understandable. It says, as the breakneck news pace of the Trump administration has faded away, readers have turned elsewhere. And the paper's push to expand beyond the Beltway coverage hasn't compensated for that loss. It says that the Post is on track to lose money in 2022 after years of pure profits. And like I said, since President Trump came down that escalator at Trump Tower, to the time that he actually left the White House, the Washington Post, the New York Times, ABC, CBS, NBC, and all of them, CNN, they made millions and millions upon millions of dollars off of coverage of President Trump. CNN was the number one in traffic on their website of all the news organizations. Every single one of them. Nobody beat him. Not even Fox News beat him. Through their website. And now that President Trump left, nobody wants to see him. There was another news network by the name of Axios that was selling itself at a discount price too. Axios sold itself to the internet provider Cox, C-O-X. They sold themselves for $325 million. $325 million. That is extremely cheap for a news network, especially the size of Axios. But now let's see what happens to the Washington Post. Will Jeff Bezos keep it? Because they're not going to make any more profit from now on. While Sleepy Joe is in there, they can forget about making any profit. It says that the Post now has fewer than 3 million paying digital subscribers. And it has hailed internally since the end of 2020. So it says digital ad revenue generated by the Washington Post fell to roughly $70 million during the first half of the year, about 15% lower than the first half of 2021. This is all according to an internal financial document that was leaked over to the New York Times, their competition. So their competition got a financial form from the Washington Post. The New York Times got it, and they released it. There's no honor among thieves. Fred Ryan, the chief executive and publisher of the Washington Post in recent weeks, has floated with newsroom leaders the possibility of cutting 100 positions. So there we go. They're going to start cutting jobs. 100 positions, according to several people with the knowledge of the discussion. The cuts, if they do happen, could come through hiring freezes for open jobs and other ways. The newsroom now has about 1,000 people. So there's 1,000 people in the newsroom. And those 100 positions are going to come from the newsroom. But I think it's going to be more than 10% that they're going to end up cutting. If they do end up doing cuts because they're just not making any more money or they're losing subscribers left and right, then most likely the cut, it could be at 25%. So more than 300 people are going to end up losing their job, and they're all going to come from the newsroom. That's how it always happens. It says that a spokeswoman for the Post said that the organization was not reducing headcount and instead will be adding steadily to the newsroom and exploring positions that should be repurposed to serve a larger national and global audience. She said that the document showing ad revenue declines despite an incomplete picture of the Post business, but she declined to speak anything further on that. So they're saying, yeah, there's nothing wrong here. We're losing subscribers. We're not making any money anymore. Don't worry. We're good. The Post newsroom remains one of the most formidable in the country. This year, it won a Pulitzer Prize for their fake coverage of the January 6th siege on the Capitol. It says that the publication has also, in recent years, opened up hubs in Seoul, Korea, and London to enable round-the-clock editing. And he has invested in coverage of topics such as personal technology, climate, health, and wellness. So they're trying to branch out to try to save their asses, but it's just not working. It's not working because everywhere, every single news network, even here at Golden State Times, people have left. They no longer want to know what's going on because Trump is not in office. They can care less about Biden and the Democrats, which I have always said is a bad idea, that you should be paying attention more now than before. But hey, people like entertainment better than facts, pretty much. So I understand what they're going through. I get it. People don't want to see bad news, problems, evil things that the Biden administration is doing, even more problems, inflation, recession. Now we even have a house recession, or what are they calling it? Housing recession. So nobody wants to hear bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news, day after day after day. I understand that. People would rather watch Amber Heard suing Johnny Depp. To me, it makes absolutely no sense. Why people won't want to pay attention to what's going on around them, because it affects you directly. Not indirectly, completely and utterly directly. Whatever stupid things that Biden does damages you, your family, your pocketbook, and everything around you. The only reason that the Democrats were not able to destroy the country during Trump's time was because people were paying attention. Watching the news was like watching sports. And when people pay attention and when people watch the news day after day, even if it's bad news, then they can't get away with anything. I'm hoping that one day people will be able to understand that. And the people will be able to see like, oh, wait a minute. So if I pay attention, they can't do anything bad. But when I'm not paying attention, it's like a child. It's like a baby. You leave a baby by itself and it does whatever it wants, and it, problems happen from it. It can get hurt. It can put something in its mouth. It can touch something. You never know. So that's exactly what the Democrats are. It's like a baby. You have to keep your eye on it at all times, 24/7. 24/7. Every single thing that they say, every single thing that they do, every single thing that they plan, it has to be watched. But now news networks are selling themselves, failing, closing down. Small news networks are shutting down and stuff like that. But hey, we are here at Golden State Times to show you guys exactly what's going on a daily basis. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, click that notification bell. And we hope that you guys are paying attention because it's extremely important. Everything that these people do is going to impact you and your pocketbook directly. So let us know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comment section below. If you missed any of our previous videos, then they should be coming up on your screen. Click on them. They're interactive. Also, make sure you click the thumbs up button and you subscribe. If you are new to the channel, click that notification bell, and please, please, please keep an eye on these people. Keep an eye on these Democrats, because when you're not looking, that is when they thrive. So thank you so much for joining us here at the newsroom, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. We should be uploading more videos in just a few moments, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. My name is Jen. Peace.